But if anybody has a really good message, something that has been working well for them, like you're sending it out or you're using it with a graphic and people are responding, please type it in the chat, because I don't want it to just be my verbiage. I want us to learn from everybody else. So Laura, Emily Sutherland, Kathy Dernick, Holly, Ann, Brandy, if you guys have a great message that you've been using for the promo, type it in the chat right now, because we're going to work from 7:06 until 7:10. And my goal is that you all get 5 messages out in regards to the promo. Okay. Look at Robin's excited. She's like, oh, I didn't know I was coming on this call to work, but she's ready, right? Because we could literally get some enrollments in right now before the back office closes. So you guys have 5 minutes, and I want you to reach out to some people, either brand new or follow up. Okay. So here's the message. If they're brand new, right? Say someone has recently liked your story, or someone has recently liked a post, or someone that you've been wanting to reach out to. You just say, hey, thank you so much for liking my story. Super random, but if you're like me, you are going to love this award-winning collagen. It has the deepest discount of the year right now, free shipping plus a free nootropic. So many friends are jumping on board. I thought about you. If you're interested, let me know. The special ends in 3 hours. Okay, just like create some urgency and create some excitement. If you send out some carts this weekend, people haven't responded to you, or it's been a while, even people you reached out to at the beginning of the year, maybe your spring break cleanse, you just say, hey, I know you didn't want to do our 7-day reset for spring break, but our collagen is on special right now. Literally, you're getting the 6-pack for a better price than the 4-pack plus a free brain nootropic. If now is the best time to jump in, I would love for you to grab the deal. So many of our friends and family have hopped in, and put a link in there. Like, just put the link right in there and be like, if you can't wait to get your hands on it, here's how you order. Be a little bit presumptuous, be a little bit excited, be a little bit like, I'm going for it, because you know that people want this. Okay, so you've got 5 minutes. Yes, Jack, I'm going to type some verbiage in the chat. And I also asked if there's any other leaders, people that have verbiage that it's working well for them, please put it in the chat. Let's learn from each other. But I'm setting the timer and we're going to work. 5 messages, either follow up or new messages, all about the promo. Ready, set, let's work. Messages. Let's see where we're at. The goal is 5. 1 a minute. Like, if you take these scripts and you read them, you can still do them 1 a minute, right? If you're typing them out, or if you were able to copy and paste it, Jack's shaking her head. That's because she enrolled 10 people last week, right? She's ready. She's rocking and rolling. She's going to send out 20 messages in the time we're asking you to send out 5. But put a 1 in the chat if you've at least gotten 3 out. You guys have about 90 seconds left. All right, guys, you are absolutely amazing. I know it's going to be close to 10 o'clock on the East Coast when we are done with this, but Pacific time, Mountain time, you guys got a couple more hours to really make some amazing things happen. So I'm going to introduce to you Robin Belfrey, and I am going to read her bio because I want to do her justice, but then I want to introduce her in the way that I just love and adore her. But she is our guest tonight. She is an Isagenix executive. She's also a top 200 income earner, which is amazing. She has been celebrated as a top leader in action, income earner, and stage trainer. She's also the founder of Girl Polished Global. Girl Polished is rooted in empowering both women and men across the world to develop a better growth mindset and a life of more choice and better health and financial wellness. She's a former cosmetologist, very familiar with the beauty industry, and our guest passion now lies in helping others become financially free while living in the body they desire. So I want to welcome to you, but I'm not done yet, 4-star Golden Circle, 1-star Crystal Executive, Robin Belfrey. So you guys, first of all, if you've never been to an event, I promise when you get to an event, you're going to notice Robin. And not just because she is strikingly gorgeous and not because she has like the most sweet and welcoming laugh ever, but she is kind to everybody. Like Robin is a person, I see her welcome everybody. She lets other people go in line in front of her at the store, at registration, in the restroom. She makes friends with everybody. She is phenomenal. You guys need to follow her on social media because she has the best posts. She's so creative. You know, she just draws people into this community and everything that we have. But I'll tell you that when you meet a powerhouse like she, who can also be really vulnerable and really transparent, that's a gift. And someone who's just said, hey, I can do hard things and so can you, and let me show you. She walks the talk, you know, does the do, is so relatable, so kind. When she trained last year, I had COVID at NYKO, not like 3 months ago, but last year. And I was like, how am I missing this? Like, she was incredible. So what a gift to have her tonight. So Robin, I'm so thankful that we're friends. I love when I get voice memos from you. I love that we share ideas. And I know there's a lot of people right now that are just thrilled to learn from you. So I'd love to welcome you with just sharing your story. Tell us how the heck you got involved and what you're doing in this world with Isagenix.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me tear up. Thank you so much. Like seriously, thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be here with all of you. Lauren, you're so kind. All those words, insane. So many of you on here. Like I just, you know, it's Brandy, it's Jessica, it's Holly, it's like multiple people that I'm just so honored I get to do this with you. So thank you. So yeah, I mean, I started, yeah, sure, you betcha. I'm from the Midwest. If you haven't seen the movie Fargo, I'm from Minnesota, born and raised in Minnesota, Eden Prairie, and I was a constant yo-yo dieter most of my life, until isogenics, just kidding. But no, for real. And always loved hair, makeup, beauty, all the girly things. I still do. I cannot help it. Like, even if I'm going to go home after eating food at a restaurant, I still put my lipstick on and nobody's going to see me. Like, I can't help it. Just be who you are. Your brand of beautiful is needed. Whatever. But, I started Isogenics 7 years ago. But yeah, like she said, I went to cosmetology school when I was 19, 20, 21. I started out part-time, then I went full-time. But even prior to that, like, I worked at a tanning salon part-time, like when I was 16, and I, worked for Edina Realty processing sales. So it's not like I didn't work because I went to cosmetology school. And after they closed the Edina Realty office, and it just was like a family there. So I don't know if any of you can relate to working somewhere and it's like a family, and then it's like there's disruptions or someone leaves or it's a different leader, or, all the things. But so I chose to go to cosmetology school. I always loved all things beauty, all the things. So I did that, but then I was getting married a couple months later, and then I didn't work. Like, I supportive role for about 18 years, still did some friends and families here, but didn't work in a salon, and loved life. Loved still helping people, being kind to people. If I could help people with beauty, because I had a gift at that. And I just always, if I could help enhance someone that way, and not just outer beauty, but personal life, get through life. Okay, it takes a village in this world. And so when I was introduced to Isogenics 8 years ago, almost in May, I was at a place where, after losing weight in my 20s and 30s, and then, constantly up and down, cut out carbs and sugar, and then take the diet pills from GNC. I don't know if you can relate to that, and weighed my food in grams on a scale. I wasn't even trying to do no bikini competition or anything like that either. But, it was just a constant roller coaster craziness. And so I started a 30-day weight loss system, weight wellness. And I literally put it in my body, and I felt like lit up, and I felt so good. I posted on social media, not having a clue about this industry, this profession. Like, I'm straight transparency. I was never introduced to any company before. But I didn't know. And so Emily, some of you know Emily, I had massage from her 14, 15 years ago. And so that she introduced it to me, Emily Ford. And when I knew her years ago, she would talk about food, and I would talk about food and tuna and asparagus. And so then when we reconnected, she found me on Facebook and complimented me. So reach out with a compliment. She complimented me on my beauty posts, because I would post some things here and there. But she just said, I feel like you'd be into what I'm doing. And I honestly did not watch her first 5 years of her building Isogenics. We weren't social media friends. So anyways, fast forward, got in the products, couple friends wanted to know what I was doing. And I was like, I don't really know, but I love how I feel. Like, I literally was eating more and released a few pounds. But the day that I had met with Emily, that I didn't share with you, I started crying. Like, not only did I feel fat in my body, and it's all relative to you and how you feel, I don't care if it's 5 pounds or 100 pounds, but I also felt like, what was I doing for myself? At 37 years young, like, I lived through the identity of other people, totally making choices, decisions for me. I wasn't really growing my mind that much. Like, and I was thinking, worrying in my head, like, what if this happened? What if that happened? How would I take care of myself? Like, I don't have a plan B. Like, so faced with things and disruptions that were foreseen in the future for me, we did lose, our stream of income. So thank God I had leaned into Isogenics, and I swear to you, it was God. Like, I don't know what you believe, but it was God bringing Isogenics and Emily to my life, because it's the best gift and blessing ever to be able to give people the gift of health. But financial stress is a serious thing, and it's not all about the, man, I would give people so much time and energy and support in their life, but you can say, was I getting paid to do it? Because I was showing up for other people to help other people in their businesses and all the things. And maybe I was reaping the rewards a little bit there, but here we get to get paid to party, to help people be healthier and have financial wellness. And it's like, what? Like, this is crazy. And it just keeps getting better and better. And now who I've become along the way is just so much more priceless. And so that's where now it's like, I have such a burning desire, and I get so passionate because the income here has given me the time, the freedom, the choices to be there for a caretaker for someone that I love so much. If I didn't have this business, I would have had to been working as, at a salon 10 hours a day, more than that, 2 or 3 jobs, and not being able to go visit someone or across the country when they really needed me. And I don't know how much detail will go into that here, but I try to, I share my truth and try to be the truest expression of me, but I'm not going to get in an internet battle, like posting exact every detail. That's up to you, whatever you want to do. But, you know, so I
I love
suggest,
it. And I think a lot of people can really just connect with that, and I was kind of asking in the chat, but just, how many people think that maybe they came to lose 5 pounds or 20 pounds and they had no idea they needed this community, or, you started doing it and you're having fun with it. And we don't have a crystal ball of what life is going to look like in 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, where you really need the opportunity. And just that those cards were laid in such a way and things fell into place for you, that when it was like, oh my gosh, I don't have my income, and you've been building this full time for so many years now and just inspired so many people to do it, that I'm going to ask you some questions around that, because I know a lot of people think like, oh my gosh, it just happens like that, and for some people it does, and they've been in the industry or they have a ton of influence or they're trained. And for a lot of us, I think it's so easy to overestimate what we're going to do in the first like 3, 6, 9 months or whatnot, but we underestimate what is possible in year 3, 5, 10, 20. And just having that, and the part that you're saying, how you have this flexibility, you have this freedom to do the things that you want. That's what everybody wants, but obviously it takes some time to get there. So one of the things that I admire so much about you is you just create the best community. You have retention in your team. Your events are full. When you decide that you're going to have people in home for a collagen event or whatever it is, the house is packed. So can you just talk to us a little bit about what are the ways that you are creating community? How are you creating retention? What is it that you do that people have that FOMO? They're like, I want to be where those girls are.
oh my gosh, well, thank you so much. And yeah, it's so not an overnight thing. It's not an overnight thing, but presentation matters and energy matters. So like I said, I know you guys hear it all the time, and I feel like your team is totally that way, but if I can have one person today, that's the goal here. So, but honestly, it starts from you. Like, how's your energy? Like, you're going to attract who you are. And when you're inviting people and you're voice messaging people, your tonality matters. It literally so does. And sometimes, I don't know, I didn't always feel like messaging people or voice messaging people, but you know what I have to do? Turn on the music, jump around. I'm not kidding. Do some jumping jacks. I am not kidding. Like, I am not kidding. So, but no, I was talking with someone earlier today as well about, events going way back, because this is almost 8 years for me, because I want to start from the beginning, like, because I knew nothing. Like, I think people see now, I'm just like, oh, have an event. You know what? If you're a veteran on here too, some of you, you know what I mean? Like, you're like, I've been doing this a long time, like, whatever. How do you get people to do events? Like, I constantly, you guys do it, but you just say, hey, would you be open to having an event at your home? Or would you be open to it if I had something at my house and you invited your friends, you could get 20%? Would you be open to it? The line is, would you be open to doing this? Would you be open to coming to Miriam's MS Wellness Spa? We are going to have a launch event with her. So I don't know if my friend Amy is on here in California. I invited her on too, but I just said she got to come on, because honestly, I was in California with her, and it's like it's just inviting. It's that excitement. Hey, we're doing this. Bring your friends. Like, we're going to learn about NAD. You're going to learn about health. You can also learn about how you can make money. I know the last time you shared with me, you were like doing multiple things. So I don't know if you're open to it, but just come. It's just education. it's nuts. Like, I say it's nuts, but I'm going to tell you another thing. So when I got started, Emily and Hayden were doing events, and I went to the event. Okay, when I decided, because I'm going to tell you, we're living our life, like hashtag YOLO, traveling, good, like still worried, but like not, like we were still, our income was not gone. Okay, I'm just saying this up front, like just like, but I leaned into it 4 months later when I went to an event, Super Saturday. And that's when Holly, someone was on the stage, was like, are you 1 foot in or 2 feet? Because I was sharing, I was posting, I love my cleansing, and I feel jubilated because I do. But then it was like, are you working it like a business or a hobby? I kind of was like 1 foot, not 2 feet, because I was enrolling, but I wasn't like a true leader. So when Emily and they moved to California, okay, after doing some multiple in-home events with her, I had to do an event. So that leads up to the event. So I'm like, Robin, you need to have an event. If they're not, if nobody else is having an event, like I got to do it, create it. I didn't want to have it at my house. Some people get stuck in their head. They don't want to do an event in their house. I get it. I was there. Like I was going through life things. So I'm like, okay, where am I going to do an event? I don't know what to do. I don't know. My sister helped me. She found a location at a, it's a grocery store here in Minnesota called Lunds and Byerly's. They have a community room. It was free. Do you know what? I created a flyer. I reached out to the team. I was like, who's coming? Would you speak? When you lift other people up, like they're going to be more apt if you have 2 or 3 other people that are going to be speaking, like Amy K or Carla in California or Miriam, who's our nurse practitioner, and you ask them and you empower them to share and speak and share their story. They're going to like be more apt to invite people as well. The first event that I did, it was like 40 people in this community room at the Lunds and Byerly's. And one of my close people to me was like, oh, I wouldn't do it there. Oh, you know what? Do what you're going to do. It was free. It made duplication. I'm just saying you got to get over what people think. So just empower your people. And that's what I want to continue to keep doing here over and over. It doesn't matter who you are, the janitor, the president, like we are all one team. I mean, straight up. So I'm just going to rewind back to like when I was just in California for 32 days, like I literally booked a one-way flight. Like that's crazy to me. That is crazy to me that this business has given me the choice to do that, right? Like I never saw myself doing or being successful. So I go out there. I met one woman on social media, you guys, who has introduced me to a plethora of amazing other women, who's Amy, but you guys have to think big and think global and don't just think in your little like hometown. Like, I just want to remind you that your brand, your style, your person is out there. You attract who you are. And so that's what I constantly think of. But I went out there. Amy's like lining up meetings. We're going to go here. We're going to go there. Let's go meet Miriam. Miriam couldn't even come to Carla's house. So we had the party at Carla's. So there's Cynthia, there's Carla, there's Amy, there's Cynthia's sister, Laura, there's Kim. I mean, I could go on and on. Miriam, the nurse practitioner, couldn't make it that night. But everyone's inviting everyone. So we have like the collagen spread. Make sure the table looks nice. And if you're not great at it, ask someone else for help. Like, just being honest. Like, try to have the area clean. It matters. If you notice, I don't know, maybe I don't have to have these things over here in the background on this Zoom right now, but sometimes I see super busy craziness in the background, whether it's in a picture or a video, and it's on someone's story. And be you. But I just try to think, is it inviting? Does someone want to come into your storefront? So if you're empowering someone, I mean, their words can be amazing and uplifting, but I just look at like, what is the whole overall picture? That's just who is your person?
I love it. There's so many things there, you guys. I hope you're getting those nuggets down. I mean, your brand, how you show up, your energy, you attract who you are. this belief, just going for it. I mean, Robin was like, oh my gosh, Emily and Hayden aren't here anymore, you know? And she's like, I'm going to figure it out. And it didn't have to be the fanciest spot, but she empowered her people and she had other people speak and asked them to bring people. And her first event had 40 people. I mean, that's incredible. So today though, you're doing some really cool stuff. And it was one of the things I reached out because I see you doing some things at IV bars and med spas. So fast forward now, 8 years later, you know, you're skilled at this. How are you creating those partnerships? What is it like to do the B2B relationship? How are you asking them to host you, do the samples? Because I know a lot of people look at that. I'm like, I'd love to do an event in the salon or a spray tanning place. Like, how am I setting that up? Share with us your goods there, babe.
So, okay. So there's Beauty by Lucky, who's in Minnesota, where I live, who's one. I met her on Instagram as well. I reached out to her. I complimented her on her page, her talent in her eyebrow. She does permanent makeup, lip blushing, eyebrow tattoo, all the things. And I invited her to an event. I said, hey, can you come out? We're going to have a bunch of women networking, growing. And there was no agenda on that. So that was building the relationship. But we hung out then we worked out again. But then she was having an event at her spa and I was going to be a vendor. She wasn't even enrolled yet. After I was already talking to her multiple times to do it, I was really like, okay. But I went to the event and I did a mini presentation and I edified and empowered Lucky as a business owner who's not even in my team here yet, mind you, but it doesn't matter. Quit thinking like, oh my gosh, she's not even in my team. I'm not going to support, you know, like, you don't know, there's all these other people in that room. And there were 4 other people that were going to sign up and she wasn't signed up. And they were like, and guess what else I did? I said, do you know what? If you get the collagen tonight and you share with 2 people that share with 2 people, it was the Go Manager promotion, you're going to get $600 and da, da, da. And I drew it out on a miniature whiteboard. And so anyways, she signed up. Couple the other ladies signed up that night. She had to sign up. She's like, well, I guess I'm going to sign up. I'm not kidding. So that's how that, I'm not kidding. That's how that happened. But now, so I got her paid and she got paid and she didn't even like, she's like, what? This is the quickest $250 I got. And then she got another like $1,500, of course. Right. So that's that scenario. And it's gone into more, obviously. She's developed like 8 consultants by now. That was lucky. So, then Amy Kay introduced me. So mind you, Amy Kay, if she's on here, I didn't even personally enroll Amy Kay. Like, think deep, think big, drive the line. If you haven't listened to Kathy Cooper a million times, okay? Or I'm sure Jessica Ringer, all you guys say it. But it's true. Like, don't just think about your Amy. So I enrolled Cynthia. Cynthia enrolled her sister, Laura. Laura enrolled Amy. We are all like amazing friends now. But Amy works with healthcare industry people and services seniors in California. But she also is a mom. She had, a wife. But she introduced me to Miriam, who's the nurse practitioner. And when we were just out there, literally it was last minute. Like, it was a week before. She just said, we're going to do, hey, would you want to do a soft opening for your new wellness spa? And we can invite some people. And she had, we'll bring the Isogenics products and people can get IV. So literally, I mean, it wasn't like that wasn't a huge event, but Miriam has a, handful, almost 10, going close to, 10 people in her organization in the last couple of weeks now. She's newer. So I'm just saying, but it's spending time with people, empowering Miriam in her business. Amy did that. Amy does that. I mean, I say it.
I love that. And it's so good. You edify them, you empower them. There's ways for it to be mutually beneficial, even if they're not enrolled. But once you saw how easy to sign up for, it was like, wait, I don't want to miss out on that. I've had very similar things happen at boutiques. They're like, you can do your thing, I'll do mine. And then all of a sudden they start to see it and they're like, wait, hold on. How do I get involved in this? Especially when you show the money. So we, in the sake of, I just want to honor people's time tonight, Robin, especially on the East Coast or anyone who wants to work the promo. I've got just 2, maybe 3 the questions left for you. But one of the things I would love for you to chat about is just like the personal development in this business. I mean, we always say that people that come into Isogenics are different than, when they stay in Isogenics. So talk about what you have seen for yourself, why you believe in that so much, and really how it will impact your business.
Oh man, work on yourself first. You have to work on yourself. Like every day I'm grateful. Oh my gosh, thank God for My Letters from God book from Brandy Brokaw right now, because she gave me that book. Like, I reach for that every day. But I mean, literally, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. It's so powerful. I didn't always work and grow on myself for many years, grow my mind and all the things, but now I do it. You're going to come up with things that you can write about or talk about or empower someone else about. And so, you know what? Every day I'm like, how can I get better? I'm not going to attract better if I'm not better. So it's very crucial, unless you're like, you know, a lot of people, oh, you're comfortable or content, or, I mean, you know what though? Like, honestly, if you're feeling stagnant, it's probably because you're not like growing or doing something. Like, maybe you need to do a cleanse. and then, I mean, I'm not kidding. So if I'm feeling stuck, I got to go and do a cleanse. And then, you know, talk to someone else, empower someone else, ask someone else, are you open to doing an event with me, a virtual event? I mean, you guys, there's so many people here to grow along with, have an accountability partner, read a book together here. You guys could all pick a book. You could have an accountability partner and read a book with. I love Abraham Hicks. Every morning that sometimes she pops up. I don't know what else you listen to, Stephen Furtick. But it's so crucial. What you think about, you bring about. Everybody says it, but it's true. It's so true.
It's so true. And that's where your inspiration comes from. You know, I'm in this group, it's called Podcast Peeps, and we've been in it for years. It's me and 4 others. And we rotate each day who sends a podcast. So like, someone has Mondays, someone has Tuesdays, someone has Wednesdays, etc. And the only rule that we've set in there for years was that they were 30 minutes or less, right? And that we didn't do anything that was super opinionated, that it was something that was applicable to all, right? So we just didn't want to have like division in this. And then we share our takeaways. That is something, I mean, I've been listening to this every day for like 6 years. I'm not even kidding you guys. This thread goes on and on and on. But exactly what Robin is saying. So I'm in a funk, it changes me like that. There's something that I get inspired about when I'm like, what am I going to post today? I listen to my podcast. I'm like, oh my gosh, now I've got inspiration for a post, or different verbiage comes out when you're on a call because you hear something and all of a sudden you're using the analogy and you're like, gosh, I'm so glad I read that today, or I listened to that. And it just helps you really stand out in this industry. And so I love you're talking about that. I have 2 more questions. We're doing good on time. I want you, because you really, really get this, talk about network marketing compared to a traditional business model. Like, I know we talk about that all the time, but let's let them hear it from you, girl.
Yeah, I grew up around many people with traditional businesses. And you guys, are you joking? You got to have overhead, you got to have inventory, you got to have 4 insurances, 5 insurances. Sometimes you have employees. It's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, so this, you literally, for $29 and you get the website. I mean, you don't have to deal with employees. You have a team. I mean, there's so many different people in our company, right? And you get to pick and you get to take the good things. Some of you may not like what I say, okay? But there's good things and bad things. Not bad. There's never bad things. The things that we can grow from or learn from. And remember, someone might come into your organization that is just like that person, that maybe you don't totally align with, that might align with that other person. So just have an open mind there. But network marketing, no, you can do it from anywhere. I come across so many people just last week, and a couple friends that have traditional businesses, and they're like, I'm trying to think about, like, I just wish I want to move away, or I want to go here. And I'm like, hello, like, they're not doing the business yet. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you literally can do this from the beach. You can, I mean, if you want to go in the mountains, like if you want to be at a campfire, like, you literally can be on Zoom and do this training right here. And you have a leverage, amazing, like, it's not just you. I mean, Lucky, Beauty by Lucky, who does the eyebrows here, and she makes very good money doing it, but she has to be there doing eyebrows and lips. So when she figured this out and started getting more and more money, she's probably made like $8,500 in the last like 5 or 6 months. I would have to count up part-time, with her patients, clients. But guess what? She also started renting salon suites to make some other passive income with salon owners there. But guess what? She only has 6 other rooms. So that's capped. You're capped. Like, and then she like has to fix everything there. Things break down. Like, it's just, hello, Isagenix does everything. Like, it's bananas. We're paid on unlimited levels here, like unlimited. I don't know if some of you see like I'm working with Tammy Hess a lot lately. She's an Isogenics millionaire. She started this business 17 years ago. She didn't know Robin Belfrey was going to come into her organization, like how many bazillion miles down. No, if you click with who you click with. So you get to pick who you work with, you know? I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's just like, it's not perfect, but it's better. It's not perfect.
Fair. I'm like laughing at Brandy's, right? It's like, I was laughing about the leverage income and the unlimited levels down. Brady's like, cha-ching. But it's true. I mean, you just have no idea where some of these people are going to come in. And I think a lot of people always feel like you have to go out and personally enroll these rock stars. And you just don't know who's like, what is the Hayden always say, the duds bring in the studs or something like that, you know? But it's true, the people that get referred, and that's back to what we said in the beginning, that it's in that immediate, we're going after rank advancement bonuses, or you want your cycle so fast, and it's like trusting this process of the people who know other people like them that are so influential that make this impact. And it might be 5, 8, 10 levels down into your organization where the next isogenic millionaire comes in, but that's the beauty of our compensation plan, right? Infinite debt, volume that never flushes, only building 2 teams. So I love it. So here's my last question for you. We got 4 minutes, okay? Because I'm promising these people out of here at 9:45, 9:45 Eastern time. If you could give any tips right now on just massive action, like they're going for Crystal Director, they are brand new, they're a veteran that has not rank advanced in a while, like this is what to do to put a fire underneath your tush and go make some real big money right away. Like, what are your massive action takeaways?
Okay. Social media is not everything because you can't post and pray, but definitely post every day. Something. Show, like, are you social? Like, do you have people in your life? The foundation is people. People are attracted to people. Have an event at least once a week. There are some people, like I have 3. I have 2 virtual events this week, and I have in-person event Saturday. And then I'm constantly doing 3-way calls. Do third-party validation introductions. If you're not doing that, that is so powerful. Can I say let go and moving on crouton and let it roll off your shoulder for not croutons, but love people where they're at.
Have you all remember that? Move on crouton.
Like, I'm not kidding.
Move on crouton.
Like, I'm not kidding. So I like to do, if you're doing this full time, I mean, as many as you can, but 15 reach outs a day, 15, like you're reaching out about Isogenics. You're saying it. You have 15 people you're pouring greatness into, not even mentioning Isogenics. You're complimenting their kids' activities. You're talking about their cute shirt. You're talking about their business. And then you have 15 people that you're following up with. Right. So, I mean, I followed up with people today. There's a lady I met at the nail salon. You know what? We connected at the nail salon literally a year ago, and she's been sprinkling coming into my post, you know what I mean? But I finally actually did the reach out. So promote, present, enroll, repeat. Promote to an event, present, do presentations, learn to do presentation. If you're not doing a presentation, learn. Isogenicsbusiness.com. Pull up the why Isogenics, practice talking to yourself, record it to yourself. I had to practice. I hated how my voice sounded. I started practicing on Voxer app. I hated how I literally tell you when I hated that I was like, I couldn't talk in front of people. I'm like, I got to figure this out. Some of you didn't see it. I wrote on a card, I'm going to be done in 1 minute. It's in my purse, and I showed it at NYKO. I can speak in front of large groups. I don't want to be a speaker, but I want the choices and the freedom. So I had to use my voice and learn. So I would just say all those things, but be yourself, polish yourself, be your best polished version of you, not like Robin, but like you, because you're going to attract your brand of beautiful. That's your style, and you get paid to party like you do, but don't let the people, like, you know what, go for 100 no's, go for 100 no's.
I love that. I love that. I have some brand new people right now that are like, I messaged a lot of people and I got a lot of no's. I'm like, good, keep going. Like, I was like, good, keep going. I was like, no one keeps track of the nose, right? We just get to get excited about the yeses, but if you're not getting those, you're not doing enough. That's what I can tell you, right? Same thing when people are like, are you good at sales? They're like, oh yeah, I close every time. I'm like, raise your rates or do something, because clearly it's not, whatever you're doing is not challenging enough. But if you're like enrolling every single person, you're just not talking to enough people. And I love that. This whole enroll, present, repeat, absolutely fantastic. So you guys need to send Robin Belfrey, find her on Instagram, find her on Facebook, send her some voice memos, tell her how badass she is, how amazing, the takeaways you got, how impactful this call was. Robin, thank you so much for pouring into us. You are beautiful inside and out. You're just a legend in this industry. We learned so much from you. You guys go crush the promo. You've got 2 hours and 15 minutes left. Have fun with it. We adore you, and we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.